there, good afternoon. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET now with me. I'm Snehi Shah. Let's take a look at what the market is settling in to be like. Half the trading session, slightly more than half the trading session is already it's already done. We've slipped below the 23,900 level and we are close to the 23,840. In fact, we've also slipped below 850, so roughly a 60-point fall coming in from the day's highest point. But nonetheless, we're holding on to some gains, 0.4% gain coming in for the Nifty. Sensex too in tandem with the Nifty, 0.4% gain coming over there as well. What's looking good right now, very good rather, is the India VIX, because 5% cool off coming in on that front. We've come significantly below the 14 level that we had crossed yesterday. 13.3 thereabouts is where the India VIX is at. Nifty Bank also holding up pretty smartly, 0.2% uptick coming over there as well. Let's take a look at what the broader markets are up to right now. The Nifty seems to be holding on to some gains, but Nifty mid-cap has slipped towards the red very marginally, so not much to worry about on that front. Nifty small cap, however, continues to be in the green, a roughly 0.2% uptick coming in on that front. Very quickly taking you through which sectors are doing really well in today's trade. It's been the day of auto, but Nifty Pharma has managed to surpass auto. Auto was the highest sectoral gainer over the till now, but last couple of minutes Nifty Pharma has been doing really well, followed by media, FMCG, bank and IT. These are indices in the green. On the flip side, what's not doing well at all is Nifty Metal, PSU Bank, Realty, Energy, all of these in the red. But that's the way the market is shaping up to be like right now. We were hoping to be able to cross that 24,000 mark by the end of today's trading session. We have 2 more hours left. Let's see if that's possible, or even an uptick of a few points that will take us above 23,900 would also be a good way to end the week on. But on that note, let me welcome on board Kunal Parar, Vice President Technical Research and Algo at Choice Equity Broking, and from our research team today, Gaurav is joining us. Good afternoon to both of you gentlemen. Kunal, coming to you for your first stock, give us a tech check on what Apple is looking like. You've picked out this stock for us. Last 1 month, a 12% return coming in. Year to date, the stock is up roughly 35%. It's been a steady mover, so no complaints on that front. But tell us if this momentum is something that you see continuing as we head into the next year.
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, definitely we are seeing some good upside momentum, particularly in this counter, and even after getting listed, the stocks has posted some good return. If you talk about technical wise, stock has been trading above its 50 and 200 days moving average with a positive crossover. Not only this momentum, based on the momentum theory, I think we may see a further upside momentum in the counter from the present level. Right now, counter is trading at 1800 level. Downside strong support comes at 1730. One can get into the stock at present level because I am seeing a further upside momentum in the counter up to the level of 1860, 1860. And if stock breaks this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 1950. So we may see a good upside momentum in the counter.
Expecting good momentum going ahead. Let's talk about a higher flyer in today's trade, and that's NTPC Green Energy on the back of some news flow that we've been receiving. A couple of hours ago, the shares of the state-owned power generation company NTPC's recently listed arm, which is NTPC Green Energy, has climbed an early trade today after the company notified the stock exchanges that it has commenced commercial operations at its plant in Gujarat. NTPC Green's share price jumped nearly 6% today, has simmered down a little bit from the day's highest point, but nonetheless are holding on to gains of 3% as we speak. Operations are underway of the first part capacity of the 37.5 megawatts power plant in the Gujarat solar PV project. This is as per the filing, and the overall capacity of the project located in Gujarat is 200 megawatt. This development comes quickly on the heels of the company's share price plunging just yesterday after anchor investors offloaded their stake as the first lock-in period came to an end on the 25th of December. Thereafter, 50% of these shares became available to trade, and the lock-in period for the remaining shares held by anchor investors will end on the 23rd of February. So that's still some time away, but nonetheless, on the back of a positive news flow coming in, part operations commencing for the Gujarat plant, the stock is up 3%. But on that note, Kunal, coming to you once again, you've picked out Devyani International on the charts for us. It's seeming to be very attractive for a couple of analysts, but what we are spotting is that if you take a look at the fundamentals in the QSR space, Jubilant has managed to outperform a bunch of these stocks. What's making Devyani so attractive on the charts?
Well, definitely Jubilant is outperforming, particularly in this sector right now. Devyani is trading at 190, and I have a positive view. I think Devyani also will outperform the benchmark and its peers. Right now, it is trading at the 190 level on a smaller time frame. It has been trading in a height of higher bottom formation, as well as stock has recently given a breakout of its consolidation pattern with above average volume. Not only this. Stock has also taken the support of its 200 days moving average. So all the equation goes in favor of creating a long position only in this particular counter. One can get into the stock at present level. Right now, stock is trading at 189 level with strict stop loss somewhere around 181. And first target that we can say is a 195, which will be its immediate resistance. And if stock breaks this 195, then further upside will be there up to the level of 205. So Devyani looks very attractive at present level.
Very good on the charts for now, even though it's taken a slight bit of a dip in the last 3 months. Gaurav, coming to you now, you've picked out VATech. We're back on the back of news flow. Tell us what's keeping the stock a buzz in today's trade.
Well, yes, VATech Wabag is in focus today and it is also up in trade today, and the reason being that the company has won a new order. The order is worth around $78 million, which translates into 700 crore rupees. So this order is basically backed by European Investment Bank and KfW German. This is funded by this order, and this order is from Zambia for waste management treatment plant, and this is from Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company. Now, when we talk about this order will be broken into two parts. The first will be that they will be building around advanced treatment plant in the next 36 months, and they will also take around 24 months for operations and maintenance. Let's not forget that a few days ago, VATech Wabag lost an order worth 2,700 crore rupees, after which the stock tanked almost by 16% from its all-time high level. But after this new order win, we are seeing this order, the stock is up almost by 5%. So definitely watching out on this company on the back of the new order win.
We're back today, roughly 5% uptick coming in, especially on the back of that big dip that we had seen when it lost an order coming from Saudi Arabia. But while we're talking about all the stocks, it's also worthwhile to give a mention and give a shout out to the primary markets, because NSE has emerged as the top global exchange in terms of IPO proceeds for 2024. Companies rush to exploit the high valuations following a multi-year rally in India. And my colleague Sharad is joining us with more details of what the IPO frenzy has been like in the year that went by. Sharad, take it away.
Well, as this has been a bumper year when it comes to the primary markets, and standing at the top is NSE. Now, this is the first exchange having the highest number of IPO proceeds in a single year. Now, let's look at how the rankings are there. National Stock Exchange, almost $17.3 billion of inflows has come via global IPO proceeds, followed by, of course, coming two from USA, Nasdaq and NYSE, roughly between $16.5 and $15.9 billion. Also making it to the list is Hong Kong Stock Exchange and Shanghai Stock Exchange, the tune of almost $9 to $10.4 billion respectively, which was raised via IPOs. Also, interestingly, India has gone past China when it comes to the Asian IPO rankings. And interestingly, the fast-growing Indian market, if you look at it, is behind only US when it comes to the overall value listings. Now, let's look at the numbers, how the listings have actually happened. India has actually grown, doubled from 150 to 310 listings when you compare it for the last 2 years. For US itself, it has been range bound, ranging between 160 to 200. But look at the China's numbers. The slump has been gradual, and if you look at the 2024's numbers, that is very dismal. Only 84 new listings has come, as more and more regulations are clamping the capital markets in China. Also, now let's look at how the new listings have actually fared when it comes to the value of total numbers. If you're looking at it, India, it has been almost similar in 2022 and 2023, but look at the number, it has jumped more than double, coming in at almost $18 billion. This is the value of the new listings. For US, there has been a gradual growth, which is actually expected, of course, being at $42 billion because of the large size. But China, another dismal performance coming from there. We already saw the numbers of listings, but look at the value of new listings. That is just $8 billion only. So, of course, we can see India has emerged as one of the most important and promising primary markets just because of its high valuations and also a strong growth momentum. And we have also seen recently MNCs are looking at India for strong value unlocking as well.
Thanks so much for taking us through all of those details. Of course, lots of exuberance seen in the primary markets in the year that went by. And in fact, more is expected as we head into 2025. It's going to be an exciting place to watch out for. But on that note, we'll slip into a very short break on this edition of Market Fatafat. And Gaurav and Kunal will be with us on the other side as well. You stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi there, welcome back to Market Fatafat. Thanks so much for staying tuned to ET Now. Let's keep it going with all the big buzzers in today's trading. Kunal, coming to you for a tech check on Biocon. The stock has not done very well over the last 6 months. Some selling pressure being seen over the last 1 month as well. However, YTD the stock seems to have done decently for itself. And given the exuberance that we've seen in the pharma pack this year, do you believe Biocon to be an outperformer from the entire pharma pack as we head into 2025?
Well, definitely. The way stock has been trading on a daily chart, I think Biocon may outperform the benchmark and Nifty Pharma. Right now, stock is trading at 353, and if we talk about the weekly chart, on a weekly chart, it has been trading in a higher to higher bottom formation. If we talk about the monthly chart, even monthly chart, it looks very promising for creating a long position only the counter. Right now, on a daily chart, stock has been trading at level of 353. Recently, it has taken a support of its 200 days moving average. Not only this, stock has also formed bullish engulfing formations. So all the equation goes in creating a long position only in this counter. And if we talk about overall pharma counters, Dr. Reddy, Biocon, Lupin, Cipla, all division of all the counters have been performing well. But I think Biocon would be the one which will outperform all these counters. So definitely one can go for creating a long position in Biocon at 353 level. Downside strong support comes at 330. And if we talk about the upper side target, then first target comes at 380. And if Biocon at this level breaks 380, then one way upside momentum would be there up to the level of 460.
Those are the levels to watch out for on Biocon. Gaurav, coming to you, Ultratech Cement, big news coming in pre-market today. Stock seems to have simmered down a little bit. Tell us what the news flow is.
Well, yes, Ultratech Cement is in focus today, and the reason being that company has said that they have acquired around 8.7% stake, which is a non-controlling minority stake in Star Cement. Now the price is going to be not exceeding 235 rupees per share, and when we talk about Star Cement, the current market price currently hovering around 235 rupees. So what makes this deal a very something to be focused on is that the deal is happening at a current market price and not at a discount. Now when we talk about sellers, some promoters and promoter group entities will be participating in this sale. And when we talk about the history of the company, Bhakanka family currently owns the company as a promoter, and at the same time Chamaria family is the one who have already sold some of the stake earlier. So analysts believe that even in this stake sale, Chamaria family might be selling some kind of stake in the company. And at the same time, when we talk about Star Cement, the promoter holding as of September 2024 stays there at around 66.7%. When we talk about the entire deal, it gives around 10.5 times EV to EBITDA, and that is the reason why analysts believe that in order to get some more controlling stake, Ultratech Cement might have to shell out some more to get geographical advantage. But at the same time, when we talk about this stock, this is definitely going to be in focus on the back of the recent acquisitions.
Ultratech Cement and focus on the back of their acquisition news coming in. Kunal, you've picked out M&M for us, and autos has been a really good space to be in today, in the fast lane today all throughout. Is M&M your preferred pick from the entire auto space, and if so, what are the levels that you're spotting?
Well, I'm seeing a very good upside momentum, particularly in this counter, because if you talk about other counters like Maruti, Bajaj, Tata Motors, they have worse performance in last couple of weeks. But if you talk about Mahindra outperformed all these counters, and it also outperformed the benchmark Nifty 50. Right now, Mahindra is trading at 3056 level. Not only this, recently automaker has launched its EV vehicle, and I think it may get good attraction even on global level. So if we talk about sentiment value, then we may see a good upside momentum in the counter up to the level of 3300, and if counter breaks this 3300, then further upside would be there up to the level of 4,200 to 4,400. I'm not talking about 3,500 or 3,600, but up to the level of 4,200 to 4,400. So definitely one can get into the stock at present level with strict assets somewhere around 2,900.
Levels to watch out for on M&M on the charts at least. But let's talk about IndusInd Bank. This stock has been focused on the back of two reasons. First one, IndusInd Bank has put its MFI loans worth 1,573 crores for sale via an auction, and this auction will be taking place on the 30th of December for a reserve price of 85 crore rupees. Now, just to understand, the bank has reported MFI NPAs were 2,259 crores in Q2 of FY25 as well, and the set portfolio is roughly 5% of the total MFI loan book. So that's on the microfinance part. But the other news flow here and that's keeping the stock abuzz today is a note coming in from DAM Capital on IndusInd Bank. They've maintained their buy rating. Target price has been slashed to 1200 rupees from the earlier 1650 per share. They believe that the bank will continue to face profitability pressures in the second half of FY25, and in quarter 3 the slippages are expected to rise as the share of the bank and for other lenders is roughly 10%. ROAs would remain in the range of 1% in the second half as well, and NIMs may drop to 4% in quarter 2 FY25. However, they've retained their buy rating due to the likely stress peaking and bottoming of NIMs in second half. The interest rate cut will also provide relative benefits given the book has higher fixed rate component. Correction in the CD ratio is also something that they're liking, and they expect that to bring ROAs back to 1.5% by FY27. Mixed note coming in, but nonetheless a buy call coming in, and that's what's keeping the stock abuzz today. But while that was on IndusInd Bank, let's talk about Oracle Financial Services, OFSS. Kunal, this is the biggest broader market gainer coming in on a year-to-date basis. Very healthy gains coming in, and the biggest by far gainer from the mid-cap or the small-cap space coming in rather. Tell us what your outlook is on OFSS going ahead, because after such a rally that the stock has seen, do you believe that slight bit of a slowdown or consolidation is on the charts for this one?
Well, if you talk about this particular counter, Oracle Finance Service, I think this is the one stock which outperformed the overall market. And before a year it was trading somewhere around 4,000. Right now it is trading at 12,600, 12,700. And if you consider MOM theory, means momentum theory, what says any stock which performed last year may perform this year as well. So based on this momentum theory, I think this stock may perform very well during upcoming trading session. Not only this stock has been trading above in an upward rising channel formation, along with the strong support of its 50 days and 100 days moving average. If we talk about the overall volume activity, then volume activity is also getting spiked. So this stock looks very attractive for an upside momentum. Right now, stock is trading at 12,700. One can get into the stock at present level with the strict stop loss somewhere around 11,400. If you talk about upper side target, then first target comes at 13,500. And if stock breaks this 13,500, then one way rally would be there up to the level of 15,000. So this stock looks very attractive, particularly based on the two theory, momentum theory and value theory.
So the outlook coming in, Gaurav, let's talk about the sector that has been doing really well today, accelerating all the way into the green. Autos is the space that I'm talking about. I believe it's in focus on the back of a brokerage note. So tell us what the note entails.
Well, yes, autos is definitely going to be in focus, and the reason being that now DAM Capital is being a little bullish on this sector. In fact, when we talk about Nifty Auto, that is one of the biggest gainer in the day today. And the reason being that DAM Capital has now upgraded a few ratings. So for Tata Motors, they have upgraded their rating to buy. For Escort, Kubota and Bajaj Autos also, they have upgraded their rating to buy. In fact, for Bajaj Auto, they have double upgraded their rating from sell to buy and given a target price of 9,750 rupees. Other than that, they have also said that the top picks will be M&M, TVS Motors and RK Forging from the segment. What they're saying is that the channel check which was done by DAM Capital suggests that there is going to be recovery in the rural segment, although urban segment is going to have some kind of slowdown. But other than that, when we talk about geographies, they believe that south and west is likely to revive in the coming quarters, and at the same time we may see some kind of softness from north and central regions. But when we talk about tractor segment, that is going to be something which will be a clean winner and will outshine the entire segment. And they also said that PV and two-wheeler can see some kind of weakness. Lastly, they are saying that the revival in CV segment will depend on the government spending, but nonetheless they are being bullish on the segment given that they are actually upgrading the target price. So definitely on the back of these news, when we talk about stock performance also, Tata Motors is up almost 2%, and on back of this we will be also watching out on this space because of the brokerage note and the bullish brokerage note coming up from DAM Capital.
So DAM Capital, in fact, a recent listing today, and that's the brokerage note that also we're seeing from DAM Capital on autos. On that note, then, we'll wrap it up on this edition of Market Fatafat. Gaurav as well as Kunal, thank you so much for joining. That's the end of all the stocks you wanted to cover, but well, you stay tuned to the channel for more news and updates.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.